You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, severe weather has been bringing in business for area auto body repair shops. Our own Fernanda Silva will have more on that.
Also, the city of Galena will be getting a new splash pad. KOAM's Amber Jenkins will share what the excitement is all about.
And take a look at this. We've got a few clouds. The sun is rising. However, clouds increasing, rain chances increasing for some of us. We'll have a look at that forecast, get you out the door coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It's just after 7 a.m. now on this Wednesday morning, halfway through the work week. And it is a true halfway through for most folks who have a 4-day week this week.
Feels nice.
It does. You know, the thing is, it goes by so fast.
It does.
And then the next thing you know, you're looking at the calendar and it's time for another 5-day week again.
Oh, don't talk about it right now, Chris. Let's enjoy it. Let's
enjoy the short week. And some folks in some repair shops maybe not necessarily enjoying the week.
Yeah.
Pretty busy.
Well, some Joplin auto body repair businesses report an increase in customers in the wake of our severe weather.
KOAM's Fernanda Silva spoke to business owners and shares some of their advice.
Hail's kind of funny. It'll actually, everywhere it hits, it'll knock the dirt off of the car. So I got in my car this morning. I've been on vacation for 2 weeks. I get in my car this morning. I look at the windshield, and there's all these little clean spots on the windshield. And I thought, I've got hail.
Scott McCammon is lucky. Even though he's not excited about the extra dents on his car, he has an advantage.
I've been doing hail for 28 years. I can take care of this.
Owner of the touch-up shop, he says his business has been experiencing a rise in hail-related repairs for about 2 months.
Some extra work, which is always nice. And even for the customer, it's not that bad of a thing.
Customers that are coming often. Another body repair shop, Demarest Dents and Door Dings, received more than 20 calls after the weekend storm.
We have the storms come through and it hails, and then that's when we start getting busy.
Greg Demarest does the artistic work of putting things back in place.
Massage the dents back out and get the car back to as close to new as it was without any, as close to new as we can.
According to the owners of Demarest Dents and Door Dings, trying to fix dents at home can lead to more expenses.
Typically when somebody tries to do dent work on their own car, they do a little bit more damage than what it originally started with, so we have to fix that before we can fix the dent.
The people don't have the lighting that they need to be able to see what they're doing, and they don't know. They don't have the proper training to figure out.
Another advice comes from the touch-up shop's owner for when handling insurance claims.
Wash your car before they look at it, because you want them to get as accurate a count as possible. If they do want you to take pictures, don't do it when the sun is at high noon. Wait until the sun has a long shadow. But when there's a long angle, like say the sun is on the horizon, getting ready for sunset or dawn, the dents will show more in the photographs if they have to take their own pictures.
According to McCammon, people don't need to worry about making an insurance claim because rates aren't raised over hail. In Joplin, Fernanda Silva, KOAM News.
According to Demarest Dents and Door Dings owners, spring is their busiest season of the year and they often need to hire some extra help.
And we were talking about this before. Typically in a severe weather season, we have 10 severe weather days. We've had 19 so far. And we're not fully done with severe weather season. It's going to wind down. Now, we still, as you folks know, get strong severe thunderstorms during the summertime, but they're less intense during the summertime than they are during that key severe weather season.
Intense this year.
It certainly has. It's been a wild ride, and we still have that possibility of some more severe weather as we head into next week. We'll talk about that here in a few more minutes, but let's start with what we're expecting, at least through today. And right now, it's not bad. We've got a live look from our camera on top of the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin, and as you can see, we have a few clouds out there. The sun is shining, and it's going to be a relatively pleasant start to the day. MoDOT camera, 32nd and range line, also looking fairly good this morning. Temperatures, again, they're around average, but we're gradually starting to warm up. Still have some upper 50s here and there. The rest of us getting in the low 60s. Chetopa now heading up to the mid 60s this morning, and that's going to be ahead of highs today, just a pinch above normal. normal as we go in the low 80s. Now, we're looking at mostly cloudy skies as clouds continue to increase through the morning. Some of you may see a little more sunshine, therefore you may be a pinch warmer than these highs today, but otherwise most of us low 80s. Then after 3, we're going to see a system bring in some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there as we head after 3 p.m. through the evening and into the late evening hours before that kind of clears out on us. Now, the good news is we're not anticipating severe weather with this activity, but like yesterday, some of those storms brought some relatively heavy rainfall, so some brief localized flash flooding may be a concern as we head into the evening hours. This is not our only rodeo with thunderstorm chances as we head through the next couple of days. We're going to break down the details in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, we'll see you soon, Chris. Authorities have found the body of a kayaker who had been missing in high water. They found the body of 59-year-old Christopher Jaglin of Bella Vista, Arkansas, in Sugar Creek, north of the Sugar Creek Center in Bella Vista. Jaglin was last seen on Sunday entering the creek near the Missouri state line with fishing gear and a kayak. Currents remain swift from severe weekend storms in that area. After searching for a day, Bella Vista police asked Missouri authorities for help with the search along Little Sugar Creek along the Missouri-Arkansas line. More than a dozen White Rock firefighters performed a day-long shore search in addition to drone assistance along with the Missouri State Highway Patrol Water Patrol. The investigation will be turned over to the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Despite the delay of swim season for Galena's City Pool due to maintenance, the construction of a new splash pad is underway. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
If all goes as planned, the community of Galena, Kansas will have a brand new splash pad at the city park towards the end of summer. The $100,000 splash pad is at no cost to the city thanks to community support.
Some volunteers, really about 5 or 6 women that were willing to do the grunt work, and that's what they've done the last 2 years, and they've done fundraiser after fundraiser. They've reached out to several businesses and private organizations for donations, and we've reached our goal.
While work on that project progresses, the city pool will be open May 31st after necessary maintenance.
It's right beside our city pool. However, it's going to be separate. So you don't have to go into the pool to use the splash pad. You can just use the splash pad. It's going to be free of charge. So, we're hoping that people will take care of it.
The first phase of building a bathroom and equipment room for the new splash pad is underway. Jonah Stringer, a grandma to 4 little ones, is already adding the splash pad into their late summer plans.
Yeah, it's hot. And we live right across the street, so we'll get a lot of use out of it. And he loved the splash pad in Bartlesville, so he'll enjoy it.
Reporting in Galena, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Admittance to the splash pad will be free of charge thanks to community support. And those are our top stories this half hour. Coming up next, the race for the Missouri seat in the U.S. Senate is heating up with now a 3rd candidate. We'll hear more from Jared Young and while he's choosing to run for office. The 2024 general election is still several months away, but the United States Missouri Senate race is starting to get a little heated. Jared Young is officially on the Missouri ballot for this fall, and he joins us this morning. Welcome to you. Thank you so much for being with us. So can you talk to me a little bit about yourself and why you are running for U.S. Senate?
Yeah, so I live here in the 4-state area. I live in Webb City.
Okay, yes.
A family of six kids. And a wife that I've been married to, just celebrated 16 years of marriage. Decided to run this year for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
One, I'm incredibly exhausted and frustrated with what the two-party system is producing, like most Missouri voters and frankly most American voters. So I just really feel like somebody needs to step up and do something, and I'm in a position to be able to be that person. Second thing is 43% of Missouri voters now identify as independent. And 70% of Missouri voters have indicated they're interested in voting for an independent or third-party candidate in this U.S. Senate race. So if somebody's going to accomplish something like this, now is the time. Yes. 2024 is the year.
Interesting, because oftentimes people think of a third-party candidate as kind of a long shot bid to the office. So in terms of being an independent yourself and running as a third-party candidate, how are you hoping that this is going to be beneficial to the people of Missouri that you're hoping to represent?
One of the frustrations I have is that so much of what's happening in Washington right now is driven by the party politics, by the partisan warfare. And I feel like if we can get a representative in there that's not beholden to either one of the parties, but is really just focused on problem solving, on constructive dialogue, on disagreeing productively, then we're going to get a lot further on the really complex problems that our country's facing.
Absolutely. And then how are you looking to take those, Southwest Missouri values? You live in Webb City, you're part of the people, you're among the people. What are you hoping to bring to Washington, D.C. if you get the candidacy for U.S. Senate?
So it's interesting, my family actually lived in Washington, D.C. for a little while before we moved to Webb City 10 years ago. And that means we really understand this is where people are down to earth.
Yes.
This is where people understand what America is really about. And those are the kind of values I think we need in Washington. Normally people are coming from the Kansas City or the St. Louis area when they're running for major office like this in Missouri. And I really think we need somebody that's more from the rural areas and understands the struggles that rural people are facing.
Yes.
It's not just inner cities that are struggling with, poverty and drugs and challenges like that.
Absolutely. Good point there. And then you are, you are on the ballot now and you're having a ballot rally celebration tomorrow. Talk to me a little bit about the event and what people can come to learn more about you.
Yeah, so one of the big challenges as an independent is getting on the ballot.
Yes.
And so we needed 10,000 signatures to get on the ballot. We ended up submitting 25,000 signatures. Officially got word from the Secretary of State just a few weeks ago that we are on the ballot. So we're really just having an event, one, to celebrate this, two, to just give people a chance to see me in person and learn more about the campaign and what we're up to. It's tomorrow night, 7 o'clock at the Sterling Events Center. We'd love to have as many people there as possible. Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Jared, for being with us this morning. And if you want to learn more about Jared Young, you can either head on to the event tomorrow or you can visit his website at votejaredyoung.com. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:16 now on this Wednesday morning, taking a live look from our camera on top of the Cornell Complex in downtown Joplin. Looking great so far. We've got some clouds starting to build in, and those clouds will continue to increase as we head through the morning hours. MoDOT camera, 32nd and range line, still plentiful sunshine at this point, but again, clouds increasing from west to east. MoDOT camera in the Osho, 60 and 59, looking back to the west. A little hard to see, but off in the distance are some of those clouds that are going to start to work their way across the area this morning. Let's take a look at our rain chances. So by noon, an isolated shower or two possible. It won't be until after 3 that we see the better chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms. So here we are pausing at 4. There are some of those scattered showers and storms across the area. They will continue as we head through the evening and even into the late evening hours before they do eventually begin to fizzle out a bit, and then we'll start to clear out. Now the good news is with today's weather, no severe weather expected, but like yesterday, we did end up seeing a couple of thunderstorms that produced some pretty heavy rainfall in a short time, so brief localized flash flooding may be a possibility. Now overnight tonight, 98% of us are dry, but an isolated shower storm is possible. We'll start the day partly to mostly cloudy again on our Thursday, and very quickly through the morning hours, we're going to see showers and eventually thunderstorms roll in from west to east, starting probably as early as 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. By noon, showers overspreading the area, thunderstorms across parts of Kansas and Oklahoma. And these storms tomorrow, especially as we head a little later into the day, could be strong with some small hail and gusty winds. But at this point, we're not anticipating any significant severe weather with this activity. But it will continue as we head through the afternoon and into the evening hours as well. It'll be late evening before we start to see these showers and thunderstorms wind down a bit. And then we'll see an opportunity for a few isolated to scattered showers and storms in our northern counties as we head through the overnight. Then we'll start our Friday once again partly to mostly cloudy, and it will be dry at least through the first portion of the morning. Then see how the wind arrows are circulating back around. Got a low pressure back across north central Oklahoma, and we're gonna have scattered showers and thunderstorms along this boundary as it rolls through. So that's at about 10 a.m. Here we are at noon, still somewhat scattered, isolated storms in nature. And as we go later into the afternoon and that low gets a little closer to northeastern Oklahoma, we'll start to see more showers and thunderstorms develop as we head into the evening and late night hours. And some of these, again, could be strong with small hail and gusty winds. But again, at this point, not anticipating any kind of significant severe weather with this activity. But Friday, as you can see, heading into the evening and overnight hours, this activity is a bit more widespread than what we saw yesterday and what we're expecting today. More of us getting in on shower and thunderstorm activity out there, and it will eventually clear by about sunrise on Saturday morning. Again, a few stray clouds out there now, but again, those clouds will increase. 62 in Joplin, the wind relatively calm. Temperatures across the area seasonable. We still have some upper 50s here and there. Most of us getting into the low 60s. And again, places like Miami, Chetopa, right there about the mid 60s. Chanute now, 66 is one of the warm spots. Partly to mostly cloudy skies as those clouds increase through the morning hours. 77 by 11. Into the afternoon, low 80s for our highs, so a little above average. And if you see a little more sunshine today, of course, you might be a little warmer than that. But most of us, low 80s after 3, scattered showers and storms. And again, those continue into the late evening hours. And then an isolated shower or storm possible overnight tonight as we fall back into the low 60s. Storms again Thursday, Friday. We'll get a break Saturday after the morning storms clear out. A few scattered storms on Sunday. Monday's a day we're watching for the possibility of strong, potentially severe thunderstorms. We're still several days out, but again, you just want to keep an eye on Monday, and we will as well. Take a look at next Wednesday, though, pushing near 90 degrees for a high with more thunderstorm chances next Thursday. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more of the KOAM Morning News right after this.
Well, the city of Pittsburgh is hosting a public forum tomorrow to receive input from their residents. Sarah Runyon from the city of Pittsburgh joins us this morning to share more on what Pittsburgh residents can expect tomorrow evening. Welcome to you. Thank you for being with us this morning. So talk to me about tomorrow's downtown community conversation.
So tomorrow evening at Block 22 from 5:30 to 7:30, we are going to have the downtown community conversation, and basically we're going to invite the community to give us some input on what they would like to see downtown. Yes. We've engaged Olson Design Team to help us with the downtown strategic planning process, and part of that strategic planning is community engagement, hearing what our downtown residents and merchants have to say, and to get their feedback into the process.
Absolutely. So is there a downtown strategic plan in place that folks can go and look at to find before the meeting tomorrow?
So this is all part of the creation of the plan, right? So our target date for completing the downtown strategic plan is later this summer, August of 2024. And part of this phase of community engagement involves a workshop for downtown residents and property owners, businesses, and then this community conversation is for the larger general public to weigh in on what they would like to see downtown. How can the city better position itself for future growth, but also how can the downtown position itself to be a destination for entertainment, for downtown living, and for tourism as well.
Absolutely. And, you know, on behalf of the city, why is it so important to hear from residents and the community to continue to grow Pittsburgh into being, as you're saying, a community engaged city?
Well, the city of Pittsburgh is a reflection of the people that we serve in Pittsburgh. So in order to better position our downtown or to any part of our city and the development of any district or neighborhood, it's really important for us to hear from the citizens that we serve on what's important to them.
Absolutely. And tomorrow night sounds like the night to do so. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. And remember that the open house is tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. in the Block 22 conference room. You can also learn more on their website at pitks.org. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:28. I'm Elise Snowy. Firefighters rescue a carnival worker who was trapped on a Ferris wheel early yesterday morning in Chesterfield, Missouri. Authorities say the worker was helping dismantle the ride when a section collapsed and trapped him 45 feet in the air shortly before 2 a.m. The rescue took about 45 minutes with several firefighters going up to rescue the 54-year-old worker, who they harnessed and lowered to the ground safely. The worker was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Missouri conservation officials say snakes are among the state's most misunderstood animals, so they're trying to correct that. They'll host an in-person program called Snakes Alive at the Missouri Department of Conservation Shoal Creek Conservation Education Center in Joplin. That'll be on Friday from 6 to 7:30 p.m. It'll cover such topics as the valuable service snakes provide for pest control. The center conducted a virtual program on that same topic yesterday. To sign up for Friday's in-person program, check out the link on KOAMnewsnow.com. And here's a story that you can sink your teeth into. The Erie Market teamed up with Farm Bureau Financial Services in Erie, Kansas to celebrate yesterday's National Beef Burger Day. Folks were invited out to the Erie Market to celebrate with free burgers. The tasty event also provided a great way to give back to the community.
It means a lot to me that Farm Bureau is able to give back to the community and see that, you know, we're here for them for the long run, and that we just want to support the ranchers.
You can head on over to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com, to take part in a poll in recognition of National Beef Burger Day. The question, which topping would you never put on your hamburger? Check it out. Well, TikTok will have its day in court this fall to try to stop a law that could ban the app in the U.S. A U.S. Court of Appeals for the District of Columbia will hear oral arguments this September. TikTok is challenging a law requiring its China-based parent company ByteDance to sell its U.S. assets by January 19th or be banned. TikTok argues the law is unconstitutional. A group of content creators are also challenging the law, claiming it violates First Amendment rights. Now let's check in with Chris with a look at your forecast.
Now we got an opportunity for some scattered showers and thunderstorms as we head into the afternoon. This morning, though, starting off pretty good. Live look from our camera on the Cornell Complex, downtown Joplin. We got a few clouds out there. Otherwise, mostly clear skies. MoDOT camera, 32nd and range line. Again, ample sunshine to get our day underway. Our temperatures warming up. They're still about average. Some upper 50s had been noted, but as you can see, those have now disappeared. And we're all cruising into the low to mid 60s across the area this morning. As we head into the afternoon, again, scattered showers and thunderstorms. No severe weather is expected. We're going to start to be mostly cloudy as we head through the day as well. Some of you may still be partly cloudy. We're looking at highs on the average into the low 80s, but those who, again, see a little more sunshine will be a couple of degrees warmer. And then after 3 is when we see that opportunity for some scattered showers and thunderstorms, and those will continue through the late evening hours before they eventually clear out, say by 8, 9 o'clock tonight. Could see a stray shower or storm overnight. Most of us will be dry. And then we've got additional thunderstorm chances as we head into tomorrow morning and again on Friday as well. And some of those might be a little bit on the strong side. We'll break down the details on that in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right. Thanks, Chris. The U.S. is suspending Palestinian aid shipments that rely on a Gaza sea route. The Pentagon says its floating pier there is damaged from recent weather. It's rushing to repair the structure. And for now, Amy Kiley reports civilians in southern Gaza are largely on their own.
We are scared for ourselves and for our children. The U.S. says it's suspending use of a maritime corridor it's been using to get aid to civilians in southern Gaza. The Pentagon says its $320 million floating pier there sustained damage yesterday and over the weekend.
Due to high sea states and a North African weather system, a portion of the Trident Pier separated from the pier that is currently anchored into the coast of Gaza.
Officials say the repairs could take more than a week, and that's on top of the time needed to re-anchor the structure on the coast. For now, U.S. aid says thousands and thousands of tons of supplies are waiting on the nearby island of Cyprus.
Upon completion of the pier, repair and reassembly, the intention is to re-anchor the temporary pier to the coast of Gaza and resume humanitarian aid to the people who need it most.
Officials say airdrops continue where possible, but land crossings are often closed or bottlenecked.
It was never intended to supplant what you can do on the ground through trucks and getting those crossings open.
The supply trouble comes as Israel's offensive in southern Gaza continues to threaten civilians. Israel says they should flee north, but many are skeptical of the latest so-called safe zone.
Where else can we go? Where would the next displacement be?
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
The White House says Israel has not crossed its red line despite an airstrike that killed dozens on Sunday. An official says it would take a widespread ground invasion in Rafah for the U.S. to reduce support for its ally. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. The summer swim season has officially begun. We'll have some tips on how you can keep your kids safe this summer. In Consumer Watch this morning, Americans are feeling a little better about the economy this month. The Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index rose in May to 102 from April's revised reading of 97.5. The Expectations Index, the short-term outlook for income, business, and labor market conditions, also improved. Though for the fourth straight month, the reading is below 80, which suggests a recession is coming. Among the bright spots, Conference Board Chief Economist Dana Peterson says fewer respondents are saying jobs are hard to get. Americans are continuing to pay more to buy a home this spring. Home prices measured by the S&P Case-Shiller Home Price 20 City Index rose 1.6% in March. It's the largest increase in nearly 2 years. Home prices are up 7.4% for the year ending in March. T-Mobile is paying about $4.4 billion for almost all of U.S. Cellular, giving it 4 million new customers. The Wall Street Journal says U.S. Cellular caters to a base of mostly rural customers across several states. Though U.S. Cellular says it will keep its portfolio of cell phone towers, some wireless spectrum licenses, and joint ventures with Verizon. The companies said they expect the deal to close in mid-2025. Well, it's a roadway revolution out there, with engineers racing to advance new tech that could transform the trucking industry as we know it. Fox News' Sean Langell takes a look at how driveless trucks and wireless charging highways are making their mark.
With a nationwide trucking shortage continuing to impact the industry, companies are eyeing new innovations to ensure consumers get their products fast, especially when online shopping and overnight shipping reign supreme. So, what do you do when there aren't enough drivers?
So at Aurora, what we're building is a driver.
The American Trucking Association estimates the driver shortage to be roughly 64,000. Officials at Aurora hope their driverless semi-trucks will provide solutions.
The Aurora Driver is this combination of the hardware, the stuff you can see hanging off the side of the truck here, so different sensors like a LiDAR and camera and radar that allow it to see the world, and then some really interesting software that allows it to take that data to figure out how to drive safely through the world.
In a few months, the company plans to have up to 20 driverless trucks carrying goods for FedEx, Uber Freight, and more between Dallas and Houston, Texas. They want to expand across the Sun Belt by 2026.
We want to be out there with thousands or tens of thousands of trucks on the road.
The trucking industry is also trying to make its vehicles greener while speeding up deliveries. Researchers at Purdue University are teaming up with the Indiana Department of Transportation to build a wireless charging roadway. The test section will be armed with electrical conductors. Those can charge EV trucks with special sensors as they drive over them without forcing them to stop.
Providing power from a roadway to a vehicle with the goal of reducing the battery size and eliminating range anxiety.
Sean Langell, Fox News.
And those are our top consumer stories. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:42 on this Wednesday morning. We're taking a live look outside from our camera on the Grinnell Complex, downtown Joplin. Got a few clouds, otherwise mostly clear skies for now, but those clouds will continue to increase as we head through the morning hours. MoDOT camera, 32nd and range line, looking fairly good as well as folks get their day underway. And from the MoDOT camera down in Neosho on 60 and 59, looking back to the west. Again, it's a little harder to see, but if you look close enough, you can see some of those clouds out to the west as they continue to march in from the west and to the east and will eventually bring us those mostly cloudy skies. So again, a stray shower or two possible around the noon hour. The better chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms comes as we get further into the afternoon, say after 3-4 o'clock here. We'll have these scattered showers and storms. And again, not anticipating any severe weather with this activity, but some of these storms could produce some heavy rainfall, some heavy downpours that could lead to brief localized flash flooding, similar to what we saw in some locations yesterday. Nothing major yesterday, but some of those storms did produce quite a bit of rain in a short period of time. These showers and storms will continue until we lose that daytime heating. Then we've got just a couple of isolated showers overnight tonight. Nothing showing up on future track, but some data suggests there may be a stray shower or storm overnight tonight. 98% of us won't see anything. We'll start tomorrow partly to mostly cloudy, and then we'll begin to see these showers and storms roll in from the east. So as early as 9-10 o'clock in the morning, showers rolling in, from the west, moving to the east. We'll have those thunderstorms, Kansas, Oklahoma by noon, and those will continue to overspread the area as we head through the afternoon and evening hours. These storms a little more widespread than what we've seen yesterday and what we're expected to see today. And some of these storms could be a bit on the strong side with some small hail and gusty winds. And these will continue into the late evening hours, and then they'll eventually begin to dissipate with maybe a stray shower or storm in our northern counties overnight into Friday. Friday, starting partly to mostly cloudy once again, and then by about 10 o'clock, see the spin and the arrows here? We've got a low pressure out in north central Oklahoma, and it's going to trigger some showers and thunderstorms as early as 10 a.m. By noon, they're still relatively confined, and as we go later into the day, we'll see more of these showers and storms. And again, some of these could be strong with small hail and gusty winds as the primary concern, but the good news, we're not anticipating at this point any kind of significant severe weather. See, the arrow's going crazy right here. That's that low pressure working into northeastern Oklahoma, and because of that, will continue shower and thunderstorm chances through a good portion of the evening, late night hours, and into a very early Saturday morning. And then by about sunrise Saturday morning, maybe a little before that, the last of those showers and storms should be out of here. Our camera 7th and range line, again, a few of those clouds out there. 62 in Joplin. The winds are calm. Temperatures around the area, seasonable so far, low to mid 60s. Now that the sun's coming up, we are warming up quite nicely, and that's going to be ahead of highs today into the low 80s. Clouds again increasing, so partly to mostly cloudy skies through the morning, 77 by 11 o'clock. As we look down the road, again, we're going to be dealing with showers and storms Thursday and Friday. It keeps us a pinch cooler, a little below average into the 70s. Saturday, after the morning storms are gone, looks to be a pretty good day, near 80, partly cloudy. Sunday, a few scattered thunderstorms out there. Monday, more scattered storms. Monday, though, we're still keeping an eye on. It looks to be our best opportunity for a potential round of strong, possibly severe thunderstorms Monday. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Still several days out. We'll see how this evolves. Not bad Tuesday and Wednesday, but darn near 90 degrees on Wednesday, and a few more scattered storms next Thursday. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
And here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Authorities have found the body of 59-year-old Christopher Jaglin, who had been missing since Sunday. The body was found in Sugar Creek, north of the Sugar Creek Center in Bella Vista. More than a dozen White Rock firefighters performed a day-long shore search in addition to drone assistance, along with the Missouri State Highway Patrol Water Patrol. The investigation will be turned over to the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. Firefighters rescued a carnival worker who was trapped on a Ferris wheel early yesterday morning in Chesterfield, Missouri. Authorities say the worker was helping dismantle the ride when a section collapsed and trapped him 45 feet in the air. The rescue took about 45 minutes, and the worker was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Some Joplin auto body repair businesses have seen an increase in customers in the last couple of weeks due to severe weather. Most calls for repairs have been hail-related, but business owners also offer advice to future customers, not only for dealing with the dents, but also in handling insurance claims. Spring is usually a body shop's busiest season.
And we're going to have increasing clouds as we head through the morning into the afternoon. Highs into the low 80s. After 3, a few scattered showers and thunderstorms out there. No severe weather expected, but maybe some heavy downpours. Those will wrap up by late evening. Will be partly cloudy overnight, and again, maybe a stray shower or storm overnight. I think most of us will be dry, back in the low 60s. More thunderstorm chances tomorrow and Friday. Those could be strong with some small hail and gusty winds. We'll get a bit of a break Saturday. More scattered storms on Sunday, and we are watching that possibility of some strong, potentially severe storms on Monday, so keep a close eye on that. More storms next Thursday, near 90 by next Wednesday.
That just sounds muggy.
Yeah, it's going to be. We're getting into that time of year now.
Oh, all right. Well, New Yorkers gathered to watch the sunset during a phenomenon known as Manhattan Henge yesterday. The annual phenomenon occurs when the sun lines up with the Manhattan street grid in Long Island City in the Queens borough of New York City.
The event is a favorite of photographers and often brings out people on the sidewalks and on spring and summer evenings to watch this unique sunset. Certainly interesting. We don't have anything quite lining up like that around here, but still I'm sure it's beautiful
I'm
to
sure
see.
it is. Yeah, it looked beautiful there.
Well, we may or may not get to see the sunset this evening, as of course we could deal with a few scattered showers and storms. That's going to be it for us this morning. Thanks for letting us put the good into your morning. We'll be back with more news and weather today at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.